Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and I'm dropping us right into the midst of it, because yes, welcome to the mini-boss battle for stab, for the Temple of Time. This is a Dark Knot, and basically fighting it in the first phase is relatively straightforward. You just need to jump aside, and then basically, if he hits you with your sword and you've got the shield up, you will block it. But you'll be stunned enough that you won't get a hit on him. You can just wait for him to hit, jump to the side, then get 2 stabs in, and you'll notice, well, I think I only got 1 stab in there. You'll notice it takes off a bit of armor each time, so you just need to slowly remove the outer layers of his armor in that fashion. Stab, stab. There we go. Right, while the Dark Knots in this game look cool and whatnot, I don't think, at least in terms of how this one's introduced, I'm sure it's supposed to be badass and whatnot, where you see it there, and it kind of is. But for me, it's still just not actually as good as the one, weirdly enough, in Wind Waker. I praised it a lot during the Let's Play, but I love the design of the Dark Knots in Wind Waker. I love their look with the armor on. The sound they make, they're kind of, it like sounds really cool. And the look of them is like a cross between Anubis and Batman when you take their armor off. They're just really cool, whereas this one's a bit too generic for my tastes. So now we move into the second phase where he's not armoured, and so he's a bit more fast on his feet, but also he can't block really anything. And the tactic is roughly the same of just waiting for him to attack, and then stabbing him a little bit. You don't need to dodge out the way, and actually there's a quick way of doing this, which involves using the back slice. Do the back slice. Oh, do the back. Come on, do the back slice. No, don't jump at him. Do the damn back slice. Why is he not rolling towards him? Right, let's try that again. Left, jump. There we go. There you go. He'll technically block your back slice, but then that'll knock him off balance, which will just allow you to kill him. He doesn't have much health in his second form, so. So yeah, that was the Dark Knot. Not my favourite, and there are some more in the game, but definitely prefer their execution in Wind Waker. Anyway, if we open this... You got the Dominion Rod! This mystical artifact breathes life into ancient statues. Statues that have received its light and been filled with light Statues that have received its light and been filled with life, that's a challenging sentence, will move like their master. So, let's test this thing out. I like the spinner, kind of. I like the ball and chain a lot, and this dungeon adds another really unique to this game item. Bring the Dominion Rod up with B, aim it at a statue, and let go. And as it said, statues that are filled with this light move like their master. As we move, it follows your movements exactly, just obviously from where it is, not from where you are. Also, the sigil on the ground of this is the sigil from the Light Temple, from the Medallion of Light from Ocarina of Time, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's what the Dominion Rod does. If you look at this statue carefully, you'll realise this is the one we were looking for. This is the statue that's missing from the bottom of the temple. And I love the design of this temple, that you come up, you grab this guy, or come up all the way to the top of the temple, grab this guy, and take him all the way back down to the bottom. So the rest of this temple is basically, it's what we've already done, but in reverse, and with this fucker. First things first, actually even transporting him to different levels involves these bell things. You may have seen them around the temple. They'll come down, they'll grab him, and he'll disappear. And they'll teleport him through to the next room for you. That also takes the menorah off that door, and we can head through. And then that means he's automatically warped into this room for us. And that's kind of how we get him through doors. Good old Jenkins. Yes, I've given him the same name as the Golden Cuckoo from a couple of episodes ago. Anyway, if we use the Dominion Rod on him again, we've got this gate in front of us, which we need to have technically hit the switch in order to open. But they move as their master does. So we look to the sides, he follows to the sides. What if we swing the Dominion Rod? Yeah, he's got a pretty powerful attack on him as well. And actually, when I say pretty powerful, I mean extremely powerful. Let's take, for example, these Armos here. You can just take them out in one hit. Not a problem at all. Fun to use, that guy. Oh, hello. Right. So, with the Armos defeated, we didn't need to defeat the Armos, it was fun. We can bring him up here. Wow, we can't actually because there's a thing in the way there. So, we need to grab a pot, or anything that's to hand really, and put it down. And that lowers that. We then put him on it, smash the pot. He raises up again. And we join him and continue down this way. And you can see how this temple is a slightly different puzzle going down as it was coming up, which I think is really cool. Also, he goes faster than me on stairs for some reason. So here, there's an electric gate in the way, but we can place Jenkins onto that. Not quite. We can, if we pull back a little bit, place Jenkins onto that switch. And then follow through afterwards. That sounds like we're going to shit ourselves. Can we destroy these with Jenkins? Oh. Stood on the switch. Yeah, can we destroy these or just... Yeah, we can actually full on destroy them. There's very little you'll find in the end that you actually can't destroy with Jenkins's hammer. Oh, that's good fun. Right, now let's continue onwards here. Did I? I didn't get the compass. Let's hope that's not important. I only just realised this now. Armos and Wind Temple traps all are susceptible to Jenkins' hammer. None can escape the wrath of Jenkins' hammer. There we go. Right, in this room, I believe we need to, underneath that Armos was a switch. Not doing anything with that switch for now. If we put Jenkins onto this, because we need him up here, because here's the bell that'll take him to the next room. Put him on there. Then, from here, take control of him. Well, like, if we... Oh, he's too far away. Ah, no, I see what they want us to do. So we need to step on the switch and raise him up. Jenkins is not the only thing that the Dominion Rod can control. Jugulars as well. They have that little hollow spot in them. They are absolutely controllable. And they'll do a little jerking dance if you hit them with if you use the Dominion Rod while you're controlling them. Anyway, if we put one of those little jugulars on there, you can still just carry them around as normal, but you need the Dominion Rod to get them off those little pedestals. Anyway, that raises up Jenkins, and then from there we can put Jenkins into the bell. Little thing as well, which you may have noticed, which is really cool. If you use the Dominion Rod without a target, it kind of goes like that. Listen to the sounds carefully. It's Zelda's lullaby. Da 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 da. It's a tiny little detail that I only noticed a couple of years ago, and I was so happy when I did. And it's just, I love it. Just the little things that make it. Anyway, now we're down into the room of balance. And as you can imagine, this whole balance scales thing is a lot more interesting with Jenkins, because he's heavy as fuck. He weighs as much as 4 jugulars, and we weigh as much as 2 jugulars. So between us, that's 6. So you have to kind of get a bit creative here, but we're not actually going to be doing that for now. For now, we want to just plop him on there, and we're actually going to jump off to the side. All these Gomas are back! Oh dear. Well, let's just stab them out of my way, really. I just really need to get up there. The young Gomas are the only ones I'm going to be worried about, because they're the only ones that can really do you any damage, because as I say, the Goma larvae just basically ignore you, so... Now would have actually probably been a better time than last time to kill them for the thing. Anyway, for the rupee thing. Anyway, what you want to do is with Jenkins and one jugular down there, and the other jugular up here, we're on the kind of raised up platform. This allows us a very unique perspective. We can grapple onto this. You can only do this with this section raised up. Even so, you have to be closer to the edge than we are, apparently. There you go. Nope, I missed it. Close though. There we go. And you raise up into the kind of upper levels of this room if we use the spinner. Oh, dicks! I went the wrong way. And that's the way I was supposed to go. Then you come through to the kind of upper level of this room, which has a couple of important things in it. It has, if you listen carefully, well, you don't even listen carefully, you just need to look for the damn thing. There's a Poe here. So let's kill it the usual way. Is he going to come back up? I really hope he is. He's not, is he? Okay, I'm going to deal with that thing later because I don't want to jump off and then have to grapple up and spin her up again. So we'll deal with him a little later. That was a complication I was not expecting. If we open this chest, then we get a cheeky 20 rupees. They must give you, what, 200-300 rupees over the course of this dungeon? Hey, he's back! Apparently that was enough to cause him to respawn. Well, let's try and not knock him off this time, and let's jump at him again. Knock him down. As in onto the ground, not onto the next fucking floor. Grab the pose soul. And there's one more thing we can do up here, because there's this door through here. This is weird, because this whole section of the temple feels like it's missable, and indeed it is. But it's also important. You'll see what I mean on this. So, Armos, first things first, let's get our bomb arrows up. And take it out. And then there's Helmosaurs, which we've not seen for freaking ages. You can just, if you remember, you can grapple their helmets off, and then just stab them up that way. And then if we head... Wow, you'll see. You defeat some enemies and you think, hey, that must be it. The way out unlocks, but the way through to the chest there does not unlock. That chest is the big chest, which is what I mean when I say this room looks like it's missable, but it's absolutely not. We bring up the grappling hook, well, the claw shot. Then we can grapple up to the top here. And there is, firstly, a little chest for us. And then there's also 4 switches. And some jugulars. So, let's take this jugular here, and put him on there. Let's take this jugular here, and put him on there. Nope, missed apparently. Put him on there. And then, cleverly hiding, is this jugular up there, which we can bring down with the Dominion Rod. And place him onto that switch there. Then if we go onto the final switch, the gate opens! But if we move off the final switch, the gate closes again. And this is a problem. But we fought an unusual enemy here, Helmosaurs. They're not unusual, but we haven't fought them in a while. So you have to think to yourself, why would they place Helmosaurs here? Because Helmosaurs leave something extremely interesting behind. Their shell. Which, would you believe it, heavy enough to lift that down and still leave us free. That, again, is a lovely bit of dungeon design. And indeed, that gets us the big key. Weirdly missable, that room, but don't miss it, because you need the big key. And also, yeah, just, I love the puzzle design there, because I remember having exactly that same thing. I was like, why would you put the Helmosaur there unless we need the Helmosaur? And then I was like, oh, we do need it. That's why. Very clever. Anyway, because we've re-entered the room, Jenkins has respawned underneath the bell again, but we can just kind of pull him down. And now we need to actually focus on getting him across. So, let's put Jenkins onto the lower part of the bounce thing. From there. And then we basically just need to, kind of hoof this thing up there. Then basically we need 4 of them to actually be able to counterbalance the weight of Jenkins. So there's the 2 that's already on it, and then there's some handy little ones up to the side here. So we bring it down, and then chuck this one. And you can see how this is going to go, so I'm going to actually put the speeder on. And with 4 on, it becomes even. When I step on, it becomes uneven. But we can grab Jenkins, just using the Dominion Rod. Walk him towards me. That's not quite good enough, so I have to grab him again closer. Because obviously if you're walking into a wall, Jenkins will also be stuck at that point, as will anything you're Dominion Rodding. So that brings him handily to where we just about need him. But obviously now we need to tip the scales again. So we need to shove these 4 over. So let's hoof them up there. Once you've chucked all 4 up, it'll appear that you've not balanced things right, but it's fine if we hop up here. Then that will even it out, and we can just grab Jenkins from here and proceed on down. Weirdly, as I say, he goes faster than me on stairs, no idea why. Jenkins also extremely handy when it comes out to taking out Goma larvae, because his thing's got a kind of area of effect shockwave, which goes quite far when it comes to Goma larvae. We killed all of them, but we didn't really need to because we already got the thing from killing all of them. Let's put him in his bell. At least that's what it looks like to me. It's probably not actually even supposed to be a bell. But there you have it. Let's head downstairs. And Jenkins has appeared somewhere. Quite far down the way from us, but let's go down. And if we basically... So first things first, we need to come here. And we need to... We need to shoot the thing? Yeah, let's shoot the... Oh, that's a bomb arrow. Can I have my regular arrows, please, Carol? And let's shoot that. Then if we come through to this little section and shoot it again... It's worth noting, I have no idea where the compass is in this dungeon. I clearly missed it. Anyway, now we have this electric gate in the way here, which is really stopping us from accessing Jenkins, but there are jugulars there that we can control and move on to the switch. Hence, we could not have done this without them. If we then switch over the switch again... That was a mistake. Did not mean to do that. Let's switch it back. And now we can grab Jenkins. Oh, or not. There we go. And pull him towards us. Now we need to switch the thing back over. I always seem to do it only on the second shot from my arrow. The first one always seems to miss. I'm an idiot. And with that done, and we also have this thing closed, this electric gate closed because of the jugular, we can come here and we can get this chest. Which contains a heart piece. 2 more to go. Pretty nice. Let's grab Jenkins, take him with us. And then one final time, switch the switch again. That's a lie. That is not the final time. Because you can actually kind of vaguely screw yourself if you're not careful here. Not massively, it's just more an inconvenience than an actual screwing of yourself. But once you've brought Jenkins through, switch the switch one final time. Just because, basically, there's one final one potentially blocking your way out. You have to leave this room with the switch as red. If you leave it green, then you won't be able to get through this doorway here. Just because fuck you. Not even this doorway here, it's this bit down here. Because this is, while this is another red-blue switch, this is part of the same network, so yeah, that's fun. Anyway, you can see where we need to get Jenkins to. It's that kind of bell there, so let's place him there. And this is one where we need to stand here. Oh, I remembered where the compass is. If we switch that to green. Then not only does that allow Jenkins to move, but that opens this up here, which has a chest in. I wonder what this contains based on the comment I literally just made. It's the compass. Who knew? I'm assuming we haven't missed any chests. No, we haven't. There's a couple more below us, but obviously there's literally one more, and that's it. So you can really see the way this dungeon is progressing, and it's quite nice. I just like that about it. Let's smash up this Armos because fuck you. Yeah, I just like this dungeon, the way you work up to the top, you get Jenkins, and then you work your way all the way back down to the bottom again with Jenkins. And it's just, some people might complain about that, some people might call it linear. But it's not at all. I mean, it is linear, it's literally you go up and back down again. But it's still got challenges along the way, it still makes you think. And this is a point which I'm constantly making with modern games. There is no such thing. Not even no such thing, but it is not a bad thing if a game is linear. Linear is not an insult to a game. Linear games, much like a Zelda games are not traditionally, Breath of the Wild will hopefully not have come out before the time I upload this, but traditionally, Zelda games are not open world. They are linear. You go from A to B and then B to C, and you continue like that. But they are still extremely good games. There is nothing wrong with a linear game if it's done well. But I'm getting distracted, because it's time, actually, to end the episode, because it's probably been about 25-ish minutes again. I'm just all about the long episodes recently. So, in this episode, we defeated the Dark Nuts, we got the Dominion Rod, and we've come halfway pretty much down the temple. And next episode, we will be continuing our journey with Jenkins down the temple. Thank you very much, and good day.